Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, my fantastic family and friends? It is your boy, Mr. Dominique, a.k.a. the Scorpio King, baby. And I'm right back at you with another episode of Dom's World. From right up top. You know the routine, family. You got your world and I have mine. Let's get right into chopping it up. Happy New Year's to you, family. Happy 2023. I want to make sure I mention that in this video. Happy 2023. And I hope and pray that you are looking forward to any challenges that await you this year. Step up to the plate, soldier, and take a swing. Worst thing that can happen is you strike out. Best thing that can happen is you hit a home run. You feel me? Step up to the plate. Now let's get right into chopping it up. It's out with the old and in with the new. Out with the old and in with the new. Out with 2022 and we are in with 2023. Out with the old, in with the new. We're not looking behind us. We're looking forward. We're looking straight ahead to see what's in store for 2023. But before we do, let's take a reflection on our 2022. So basically, what I'm about to do is take a reflection on my 2022 and share my experience with you all, somewhat like a testimony, kind of. Let's chop it up. All right. So, out with 2022 and in with 2023. In 2022, I started my year off. Not started my year off, but I ended the summer changing job positions. That was a big deal for me. That was a decision that I had to really sit down and think about because I was in a position where I had been in for 4 to 5 years. And you know, when you're in a position for a certain amount of time, you start to get comfortable and really start to base everything around that income and you know, blah, blah, blah. So I had been in a certain position for about 4 to 5 years. And then at the end of the summer, I decided to change positions because I decided that I want to put more focus on a job position that I would be much more happier doing, that would fulfill me more. So at the end of the summer in 2022, I changed job positions. It was kind of like jumping off the porch and getting into the game, because the position that I really wanted, I didn't have any experience doing. And so it was like starting over. But it was the position that I wanted. It was what I wanted to do. It's where my heart was at. It is the most fulfilling position for what I enjoy doing each and every day of my life. So in 2022, I made a decision to not work in a position that I didn't want to be in. I made a conscious decision to change positions and go into a position that I would be much happier and that would be much fulfilling to me. I did that in 2022, and I am currently still working in that position right now. I am very happy. It is a fulfilling position. It is a type of position that I feel God created just for me to be in. So, namaste, my Heavenly Father. In 2022, I took the chance on myself, and I decided to work in a position that I felt was happy for me, that was good for me and best for me. I didn't work in the position because of how much money it paid me or who I knew or because it was comfortable. I chose it because it is what I know God put me here to do. Okay? Also in 2022, I changed job locations. Now this one right here is an interesting little story for me. I won't hold you till I'm gonna try to make it quick. So in 2022, basically again at the so this was at the beginning of the year, kind of, for 2022. I ended up changing changing locations where I taught my classes at. And I mentioned it in some videos in my past. So if you've been rocking with me, you kind of know this story. I was very happy and excited to move my dance program to an art center. I moved it to an art center. Dance is art. I moved it to an art center. And I had a great experience there. But now here we are at the end of 2022, and I've decided to take my dance program back to where I left from. Full circle. And not because I failed, not because things didn't work, not because things went south. Not at all. I just simply decided to go back to where I came from because I realized that it's a better place for my program overall. It's just a better place for my students, the environment, the atmosphere, the space, the privacy. So in 2022, I took a chance on myself and stepped out and changed changed dance locations, and no regrets. No regrets. I had to try. If I didn't try, then I would have been wondering what would have happened if I would have took my dance program to the art center. I would have been wondering. I would have been telling myself I probably would do better if I would have went to the art center, but then I'd have been beating myself up for not trying. So, family, in 2022, not only did I change job positions, but I changed dance locations, only to find out that it's not what I thought it would be. And so I decided to go back. So by the end of the year, I ended up back where I was originally at. Sometimes in life, we have to circle back. I changed because I thought things would be better. Like I thought more opportunity, the grass was greener, and it didn't quite turn out that way. Like I said, it wasn't a bad experience, but it wasn't what I thought it would be for my dance program. So I'm going back to where I originally was, and I have a higher appreciation now for where I was. Does this make sense? Don't be afraid to step out and take chances, all right? In 2022, I got closer to God. And I got closer to God, family, by stepping out on faith. Those two examples that I just gave to you, changing my job positions, I prayed to God and talked to God before doing that. I included him in on that decision. And so for me to still be working that position that I originally left for at the beginning of the year to go do, or at the end of the summer to go do, for me to still be there and still be happy doing it, I got to witness God work, because I didn't make that decision without talking to God. I didn't make that decision without asking God for signs. So I got to witness God's work. I got to witness him perform in my life. Also, me changing dance locations. Again, I talked to God about that. And even though things didn't work out the way I wanted them to, I didn't have a bad experience. I had a good experience. I just learned that I was better off where I was. And I needed to know that. And I never would have knew that had I not tried to do something different. God still taught me a lesson, and I caught it. When God is teaching, are you catching the lessons? When God is talking, are you listening? Are you too busy blaming somebody for what's going wrong in your life? Are you too busy pointing the finger at everybody else and not acknowledging that you made a decision that didn't work out, but God taught you something there? Are you getting the lesson? Are you getting the lessons? All right. I got closer to God, but because I stepped out on faith, I tried things. And because I tried things, I got to witness God work. I got to witness the power of God, the Spirit of God. I know that the things that happen in my life are because God and his divine timing. I don't need you to know that. I know that. This is my experience I'm sharing with you. Boom goes the dynamite. Also in 2022, I realized, family, how much darkness rules this world. Okay? Listen, I always knew there was a lot of darkness in this world, but man, in 2022, I was sitting back one day and I just thought about it, and I was like, if the Antichrist ain't here running things, then any day now. If the Antichrist ain't here running things right now, then any day now. This is a dark world. These are very dark times. These are very wicked times. And I hate to say that because I don't want this generation to feel like I'm trying to knock their generation. I'm not trying to knock you all. This is your generation. This is your time to rule. And when times change, we have to change with it. But this is a wicked time. It is what it is. These are dark times. The way that you all operate, the way that the country is ran, from what we see on TV, social media, what we hear on the radio, what we hear in the church now, what the kids are being exposed to inside the schools, the classrooms. They are exposed to too much too soon. Listen, I was looking at channel, here and where I live at, it's channel 2 or 4, CBS, NBC, one of those. I put it on one of those channels just to watch the New Year's Eve countdown. In New York, we just wanted to, me and my girlfriend, we just wanted our son to see the balloon and the confettis and all that stuff and the big countdown. And so I had it on we were watching that, and they got to the right before they got to the countdown, the big, from maybe from a 60-second countdown, right before they did that, they put the camera on this one couple that were just kissing. And the lady who was hosting the show, she focused in on that, and she said, and she, like, the two people were behind her kissing each other, and she was just saying, you know, if this isn't what you're doing right now, then what are you doing? You're missing out. You know, this is how you bring in the new year. And it's like, we turned this on, okay? We turned this on so we can show my son, my 3-year-old son, what the countdown looks like. We just wanted him to see the confetti and the balloons and hear the countdown and just get an idea of what celebrating the new year is. And instead, he got a good lesson in tongue kissing, French kissing. You know what I mean? Like, these kids are exposed to so much. Like, literally, this lady kept the camera on these two people kissing for about 30 seconds. And sat there and just talked about, like, she was narrating while they were kissing. Like, I couldn't believe my mind. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, this is why our kids think the way they think. This is why they talk the way they talk. This is why they act the way they act. We exposed them to too much too soon. When I was a kid, we didn't see things like that. And if something like that popped up on TV, we would cover our face because we weren't used to seeing something like that. Today, these kids, they look at that and they be like, oh, that's nothing. Real quick before I move on, I had a young lady. This is how I know the world has really changed. I had this young lady who was telling me about something, and she was I think she was a middle schooler, and she was telling me about how the PE coach said something to them, and then they all started laughing about it, and they thought it was kind of a creepy comment. You know, but then the way that they handled it, the way that they were so nonchalant about it, you know, I can't remember details and what the girls were telling me that the coach had said. But I remember thinking to myself, I was like, wow, I said, the coach said that? I said, normally you girls would be up in the office trying to get somebody fired or in trouble or something. And then the girl, this was her response. She said, oh, he's just a little perv, that's all. This is middle school. This is middle school. And the girl's response was, oh, he's just a little perv, that's all. And I just started cracking up. I was like, wait a minute, are you saying he's just a little perverted? And she said, yeah, he's just a little perv. And I said, so that's okay? And I mean, I guess it was based off the way that she said it. Now, whatever was said that the coach said, clearly, I didn't think it was a huge ordeal, you know, but it just blew my mind that her response was, oh, he's just a little perv. She was a middle schooler. And she was just nonchalant. Her attitude towards the coach saying anything slightly out of line. Normally would have a little middle school girl like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. No, she was, I hear the type of stuff all the time. He's just being a little perverted. It's okay. That's the type of world we live in. Our kids are exposed to way too much. In 2022, I noticed that this world is full of darkness. This world is ran by the Antichrist. Some of y'all going to be a little upset about this one. You're getting your feelings about this one, but I'm sharing my thoughts for 2022. In 2022, family, I realized that they are shoving down our throats homosexuality. Now, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against homosexuality. I'm in the world of arts. I'm in the world of dance. My favorite teacher of all times was a homosexual. I have nothing against it. Some of my closest friends in dance were homosexual. I have nothing against it. But the only problem I have is when on TV, radio, social media, they're cramming it down our throats. It's in all our TV shows, and it's in all the songs. It's in everything we watch and listen to. I can't get over how I was watching Chucky, the Child's Play TV series, and the two boys are in middle school and they have a gay relationship, a homosexual relationship, and they're just in middle school and they're promoting that. Again, we just never would have been exposed to those things this soon. Okay, so in 2022, they are cramming things down your throat. Homosexuality, gender issues, feminism, they are shoving these things down your throat and forcing you to accept them and trying to make them the norm. Don't fall for it. Okay? Last but not least, in 2022, I realized that the devils The devil's greatest weapon is still division. He still keeps us all separated. He keeps us at each other's throat. He keeps us divided. As long as we stay apart from each other, as long as we hate each other for the color of our skin, our genders, where we live, what country we're from, our background, our religion, our political views, as long as we hate each other for those reasons, the devil, the darkness, and his army will still get stronger and continue to win. We must come together, chosen ones. In 2023, end the division and more unity. Let's come together and take over this world, take over this darkness, and shed more light. 2023, what did you learn? If you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for all notifications, like and share your boy videos. I'm Mr. Dominique, aka the Scorpio King, saying peace, one love, stay blessed, keep your vibrations up. Namaste, family. I love you, and I'm out.